Hello, hello. We're back with another KO vlogging. We're inside my house. No outside this time. It's kind of dark, so I fucked up. What a time to be alive. Interesting, right? I have been just thinking about a lot of stuff, which I normally do, but stuff that was making me like kind of question was like how people relate with like themselves, right? Like elements of like their own personality, like the shadow. Like, you know, you play Persona games. Kitty is meowing. I'm right here, buddy. But how we relate with like the shadow, our shadow selves a little bit. Like, what does that really mean? Because in the game, like, you know, like shadows like our dark elements, things that we don't like kind of process really. Which is like, okay. But like, has anybody really extrapolated on that? I mean, but for sure, philosophers and like, you know, people have before. But like, I guess what does that mean for me personally? Like, what shadow elements have I not like done well with them? Like, or how do you really like feel a part of the shadow? Like, because it's not like easy, right? It's not like something you can do like haphazardly, right? It requires attention. And then it got me to the next thought I had was like, nah, like a good amount of like transformation healing. It's really, it requires a good amount of community in people. Like, you don't heal by yourself. As much as like self-improvement and things that I've learned and got through, it's still like never enough. This cat is really scratching the absolute shit out of this thing when I'm trying to talk. It's kind of annoying. Stop it! Stop it, son. Can you stop scratching while I'm trying to record this meaningful video? Thank you so much. You're so kind. But yeah, it's like, yeah, healing requires community, really. And how does that really relate? Like, you can't do it all yourself for sure. And for me, I'm like, I'm definitely a person that like think like, oh, I can do most things for myself, or just independent in that way. Because I'm like, do I really need somebody else to tell me how to do something? Really? And maybe that's hubris and it's pride coming from me, but I'm like, I should be able to do it, right? Like, given the right materials, the right time, necessity, like it should happen pretty succinctly, right? Like, why wouldn't it? You know? Why can't it? Really? And I was like, through all my challenges, like, yeah. What's the biggest leap I've had in like, you know, consciousness, awareness, and like just being more of myself? It's like, oh, it's when I'm with other people. I don't know why you're meowing, I'm right here. I'm not playing with you right now. I'm sorry, kitty. I'll play with you in a minute. You guys want to say? Okay. There you are. Oh. What if I wasn't focused the entire time? I hope it wasn't focused. I hope it was focused. If not, I'm kind of cooked. But yeah, those thoughts become crazy. So it's hard to like decipher those type of feelings. And then I always write something. I'm always writing something down like randomly, like in my journal. And I had a really powerful way to talk about like words and like how they really reflect people. How my words actually affect people too. It's like, maybe it's a poem. It's like, I kind of realize it's like, words enchant our life with me. They impart feelings that are irreversible. They impart feelings that are irreversible when they're uttered. You know, you can't take, like the famous saying, you can't take back what you said or what you did with it. It's kind of the same thing. That's the essence of that. I'm like, yeah. And then I also remember like quotes are like kind of powerful. I'm just like, everything shines and everyone does shine in their own like realistic, unique way. Like, no one's special, but they are all unique. And that kind of like it always resonates with me when I think about people. Even if I don't like their advice or like what they say, I'm like, you're unique in your own. I want to let you live, but you're not like, no one's special in that part. So I don't hold anybody to like, I guess like a standard of being. I'm like, well, you should do this because you're this. I'm like, unless things of that nature, whatever. But not really the point of what I'm saying, really. But I'm just interested in that. And I thought about like, because I was just telling like was sometime in August where I just had a really deep thinking day about like my own like personal things, philosophies, things I want to do, and like how do I really do that? How do I make that a reality? And how do I like impart that, you know, to people? How do I know what I'm saying is true? Um, and it was a long day. It was like literally 12 hours of me just doing nothing but I ate and drank and slept. I was like just wandering around. I was at work trips. I was in a hotel and just like deeply thinking about this kind of stuff. And those conclusions came to like, you know, what are actual traits? What do I have in my own repertoire? What are my own uniqueness that I have? You know, what have I gone to leverage and use to my day to day that's really helped me be the person I am? And what are other people's things that I've seen that I know I can attest to and I've seen and like I want to speak about? It was a fun mental day, but those thoughts led me to like, you know, I believe like a couple of things. Because I was also reading Atomic Habits at the time. It was like, it's like people always, I don't know, they're afraid to be seen trying, really, truly. And a lot of people, I never understood that. Like, why are you afraid to be seen like doing the thing you love? Like, you know, the people you love, who they're not doing things you do. You know, they can't really attest like anything that you do, and they don't have any merit to like judge you on that either. Because like they're still living their lives, right? So, just do. Like, you want these goals to happen, you want these things to be actionable. Look at them. But they're not doing. And that's what I had to tell myself, am I doing? I'm like overly going, but I'm not doing really, right? Am I not like executing properly? It's like, you know, whatever you're trying to do, what I was out there, what I was listening, just continue to do. Nothing, you perfect things later. And I know it's kind of crazy for me because I'm like a person that's like, you know, I've always been like trying to perfect everything I do, really. Like, even if it doesn't seem like it, like, you know, if you know me or like my friends or anybody know my personal life, like, oh, I don't know, but like truly, like I try to like master it before I even have to do it. Like, so it looks flawless when I execute, like, ooh, but that takes time and effort, right? Too much time and so much parts of my life I think I've prepared or like not done the work, but like thought through the work, like, oh yes, I want to do this, move like this, do like this. But in reality, it's the effort just like shortened out or it took too long, and the opportunity passed me by because I was just not thinking. I was thinking too much and not doing. And I was like, you know, just do. You know, nothing's formed in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day. It's like you weren't built in a day. And the stuff you encounter, things you've done in your life aren't done in it. So I don't know. As much as how hard it is to keep going, I would just say just keep trying, keep doing. Don't be afraid to be seen trying. I know police said like a couple years ago, you're like, no, don't. Like, keep going. There's no reason not to. Because yeah, well, your friend or your boss or your mom or your dad may be successful, like, or if somebody else you think is successful, you don't know their life. You know, you don't know how they got it and what they got to get, what they're doing to keep it. Truly. So manage your own life, really, and do what you think is best, and like just do, really. Like I think we live in an age where everybody just like it's cerebral and like everybody like really people are smarter than they were many years ago, but also like that thinking is like not essential for doing. You know, they think their way into the problem, but don't do anything about it. Oh yes, this is a problem. It's a problem. But like, what are we doing to fix this? Like, what are we doing to move in the direction that's helpful? Like, theory is great, but in absolute theory, what do we do? What's our next day to day? How do I eat? How do I feed my kids? You know, how do I live my life? How do I get this amount of X amount of money? How do I do this amount of things? How do I live a fulfilling life? How do I talk to this girl? Like, how do I do this? Like, you know, scenarios go on, but like, there's no doing like in that way. Like, I think, and also like, I talk about like, even like men, like as dudes, idea. They're like, oh, we're thinking, but not doing enough. Like, you know, to get the car, get the lady, get the wife, get the material, but also get like the actual substance to make us feel confident, right? And what does that look like? We don't know, honestly. But that's like, I think that's the beauty of it, you know, that you don't know. Even though it sounds like kind of like well, what do you mean you don't know? Like, you don't know, man. You never ever really know. Like, productivity and stuff like that are just somewhat a myth, I guess. I exist in like the ether. Like, yes, once you do enough, you can become productive. But like, if you're not doing, like, how do you expect to become a productive person? You know, that's still a person that does these things. Like, I don't know, it's an effort game, really. But yeah, I just wish I just want to talk about that because like, and all that it comes back to like this thing I was talking about at the beginning. Like, you know, you need people, you know, friends, family, community to be better and to do better. You don't. No one exists in a vacuum, and as much as like life and gurus or people tell like, they'll say like, oh no, I'll say, you know, do better as like a man or a woman, or whatever you are, really. They'll tell you like, oh, just, you know, do yourself, work on your things, do this, and like, or like, you know, don't be independent. Don't be dependent on this guy. Don't be dependent on ladies' affection. Just work your grind and work your craft. Like, yeah, do all those things, but also like, I don't know. Don't worry. I feel like once you like, because worry is like a subjective fear, you know. Once you start worrying, you start fearing. Like, that's a loss game. Like, oh, I'm gonna lose something. So it's gonna be taken away. I don't have enough. Like, you're thinking like from a scarcity mindset. And I like to think like the world abundantly gives, basically those who want it, but also those who are ready to take. You know, no wonder like you see like evil people at the top, like they just grab. It's like the world not being like unkind to them. It's like, is that they wanted it and they grabbed it, right? Like, not saying you don't, but like, if you want it, go get it. You know, so that's not no pull up all yourself by your bootstraps type of mentality. Hell no. I'm saying like, you find people that have the same goal you, really want to do the same things you, excess, leverage your talents and your abilities, and you go for what you want. Live the life that you want to live, that you deserve. You know, what is that saying? They fall. You don't rise to like your goals. Like, you fall to the level of your systems, right? Like the things that you do habitually. I like to quote Haikyuu because I always have some really fire quotes. Furodate, shout out to Furodate. If you haven't watched Haikyuu, watch Haikyuu. But there was like, in one of the games between the season 4 was and also in the manga, they talk about Inarizaki, Team Inarizaki, and the quote was like, or one of the quotes like, I'm built upon the things I do, the little things I do every day, the things I do habitually. And then more like a lot of things, you know, cleaning up, brush your teeth, make sure you're well kept, and then like going out today and trying your best with your effort. That was it. That's what they were saying, right? And that was it. That's all he said to do. But still, motivation is very powerful. Things like, hey, what do you do every day? What are your steps? What is your routine? What is your ritual? What is your meditation? Like, and is that inspired by, you know, friends, family, or like your own like personal belief, like what you think you should do every day? None of these are always bad, but I always find it interesting to think how these are formed and how these people kind of like gravitate toward them, you know, kind of fast. Like, we're creatures of habit through and through. So what we basically is what we become. What we surround ourselves is what we actually become. Like you said, birds with a feather flock together. Yeah, we're birds of a feather. You know, people that you like and hang around like a lot aren't going to influence you, whether you like it or not. Things you watch, the media, the things you do, all come. Nothing exists by itself. We're all always bumping into each other, truly, and that's like a beautiful thing. I think that's what makes us ultimately human sometimes. And I was think about that as well while I was reading it. I was reading Absolute Martian Manhunter because I love comics. I'm a fucking nerd, so I'm not gonna lie, it's just fun. I love reading comics. But one of the things in Open Martian Manhunter was interesting. Not to spoil it, but like one of the things like towards I think issue 6 or 7, where they were like talking, like John Jones was talking about the Martian and how they get fused, but he like breathe in, let them see each other, let people be who they are, let them see that they all are like, you know, humanity in a sense, like they all are one people. Like, in that sense, like we all live together. We all like your neighbors, your friends, your family. Like, they're not everybody. Essentially, is not some indistinct person that doesn't exist in your world. They all exist together, really. And our own humanity is kind of what binds us together. That's why we're here. It was just really like a cathartic movie. Like, hey, the only true things in life are like, you know, love and death. Everything else kind of like coincides or kind of smashes into other, makes other things. You know, like what do you get for love, pain, love, like you get like happiness, joy, like madness, anger, right, and death, like loss, pain, suffering, like all these other emotions are kind of extinctions of those really like two primary ones that we kind of like motivate from like our own evolution, but like how we see ourselves. So I'm like, the powerful moment, like, you know, not to see yourself, but like to see other people too, you know, like your own humanity, like your willingness to heal is also dependent on your ability to connect with others and how they really live. Like even in jobs, people talk about it all the time. Like, but it's not what you know, who you know. Yeah, fuck what you know, because you can always gain knowledge, but who you know does change. How you act, how you interact with people, remember that for years. If you're nasty to the person, like years, they'll hold that on. Like, oh yeah, fuck this guy. He's not fuck Jacob. Let's go with Tyler. Like, we love this guy. Tyler's fun to be around. Tyler might be a dumbass, but he's loved by the people, right? So that's all I'm trying to say. It's like, you know, hold yourself accountable, be accountable for your actions, and also, you know, try to connect with as many people as you want. Be human. As much as like we live in a state of social anxiety, you do unfortunately have to connect to like for society to be even operable. We have to like each other. We have to like one another, at least to some extent, right? I'm not saying like, you know, go love you and like, yo, I love you, neighbor. Thank you so much, but like, there's no reason to be antagonistic really sometimes. Not always. There are dangers outside for sure, but yeah, I don't know. My brain be moving at 10,000 miles an hour when I talk, so I'm like, all these things about healing and journeys have been like pretty influential with what I've experienced through my life and how I really like kind of try to live to every day like a little bit differently, just like moving, like even if I don't feel the same anger, like I have arguments with my friends all the time, right? But even when I'm arguing, I'm not like you can see the shifts in like personality. I'm like, I understand what you come from, but like I'm also not like mad at you, you know. And there was a time in the past I feel like I held on to any resentment I had just for the spite of it. Like, yeah, he's gonna know. I'm gonna get him back hard next time he talks to me like that. Which is crazy, because then isn't it over? I said we're done, and you still holding on to it. It's crazy. But yeah, hopefully my video is not positively unfucked with the. I think I just messed up my thing just a little bit. Maybe I messed up. Much critical. Hopefully my camera is setting in and it's not fucked up. Please, baby girl. But anyways, love you guys. I'll see you guys next one. I'm definitely gonna be doing these more or less every day. I want to upload this one later tonight, and I'm gonna see how it does. What if it does terrible? But who cares? Boop. There's my cat. Last picture of my cat. He's the one for me. There's no place I'd rather be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. To the finish line. Everywhere you look, he's right on time. With a silent stare, raging through the open air.